So we'll see how this turns out. Because I be getting confused about the orientation and all that stuff. So, welcome back to my channel. This is I Am Luminescent. I am the High Priestess Luminescent. I have the power to manifest all of my desires in alignment with my divine guidance for the greatest good of all. And here is where astrology and intuition meet. So we're going to take a look at the cards and see what's going on right now. It helps me kind of like, it is kind of like an escape, but it's like I'm feeling called to lay some cards out and record it. So I figured I would just go live. That way I don't have to sit through trying to edit a video right now, because I really don't have the energy to edit this week. I got a lot to do. So I'm gonna start with the Black Moon astrology cards. I have Lilith here as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and we're just gonna see what pops up from here. Just channeling and picking up on whatever energy I need to. All right. Angelical here, protecting the portal experience. All right. So let's get into it. Thank you, Uriel, for the light to see in the dark. Thank you for Raphael for the healing and vocabulary necessary to translate whatever necessary message to viewer. Okay, thank you, Camille, for the compassion that is to be shown here for myself as well as viewer. And thank you, Gabriel, for making sure whatever necessary message must be made loud and clear will be done. So, all right. So let's see here. Excuse my background music. Baby is jamming while she eating Cheerios. All right. Don't own the rights to that. All right. So what's transforming at this time? You have Aquarius. I know you. So viewer could already know what's being transformed at this time. This is like the 9. Okay. I know there's an increase that is going to support what you know. So what you know is being transformed. Pluto Aquarius is being supported by a part of fortune increase. 45 breaks down to a 9. Ability through change. That's what's increasing. You could feel it. You know it's coming. You know the transformation is coming. The energy is picking up or increasing. The chat with this Uranus, which is Aquarius ruler, geniusness. It's like when you know something, like the saying, like you too smart for your own good. You might know something more than other people or before other people, and trying to keep calm, keep quiet, and just work on it. But the excitement of it all might be getting to you. And here, this is another 9. Okay, the number of wisdom. And it's currently 9 o'clock as well. I know I got some. All right. So what's the spiritual lesson here? Sensing 40. This is psychic energy here. The spiritual lesson here is your ability to sense change that's coming. And everybody is psychic. This is not isolated to one or two groups of individuals. Everybody has a psychic connection because we're all connected to the one all energy. So everyone has the ability to tap in and grab information and utilize it. Okay, that's the geniusness, is utilizing the gifts that were given to you, comes from Most High. But it's like the information or sensing or things through feeling, because water is connected to emotions and feelings. That's what allows you to see things. So you could be a hydromancer, or you could just, but you have the ability to connect with the Most High in water. Either that's through drinking water, bathing, when you go swimming, showering, or you may have or may practice or want to practice pouring libation on your altar. I can also see this as you having a special bowl where you dip your hands into for messages from the Most High as well, channeling that energy from the water as it current. But the sign of progress and the outcome here is we have solar eclipse revolution. Okay, and a revolution or is an evolution that's happening again, 44-8. So the evolution or revolution comes before the increase, but you feel it. You feel the increase before the evolution has even taken place yet. At the bottom, we got Pisces, I believe. Okay, so you want to trust what you know because what you know will become a belief. And I was just having this conversation last night with someone about how belief and knowing are two different things. The age of Pisces was about believing. You know, Buddha, Jesus, Shiva, you know, all those deities. Okay, they're dignified energies in their own right due to, you know, the griots who kept them alive and their energy passed on to all the new generations. And now we're entering the Aquarian age where it's like, okay, you have belief in these people or these stories that took place that built your knowingness about who you are and how you are to operate here. So if you had, for example, the most well-known deity in this age is Jesus, right? So if you believe in, that's also something about the video that I saw with this guy talking about, do you believe in Jesus or do you believe in the story of Jesus? Like it's two different things. But if you believe in what those deities or um those spiritual like gurus that had like Rumi, like all these different proverbs and stuff, if you believe in the fact that they existed and why they existed, their purpose, if you believe in their existence having a purpose, then you know that your existence has a purpose. And maybe the purpose of your existence that you know of is starting to increase. That energy is increasing with Pluto being in Aquarius because it's removing any blockages that goes against your I know. It's so you're not going to have any excuses as to why you can't create what you know. And we just got to remove, you know, what's blocking that genius factor, because that's the challenge here, is that you do know, and what you know is increasing, but we still have, there still might be some type of connection to the physical, or the physical realm or the 3D realm, where people look at people who are like geniuses as someone who may know too much, or or you could be an astrologer or a psychic medium or a medium like me and other people, where we believe in this because we know it to be true and we see how it operates. So that's why we keep our beliefs, because we know. Knowing is the foundation of reality in nowadays, not belief systems. Your belief system can change based on what you know. And with that increasing, there could be some challenges. You could be challenged by your environment to produce or create or to say or to do something to prove your geniusness, but you don't have to do that. Your knowing is strictly for you to know, to help humanity, to help the masses. That's the only reason why we even have gifts from Jupiter, is so that they can be expanded for the greater good, not to be harvested for, you know, nefarious purposes or for selfish reasoning. And we don't, you know, go through shifts or changes to help the world or earth grow humanity, because earth is already ascending on her own path. She's ascending on her own wave, her own cycle. She's changing, and we know earth is changing because we're changing with the earth. but it's like something about like you know too much or you too smart, or and it's coming from your environment. It's not you. You're humble, but it's coming from the environment. Okay, let's get into Lilith. What messages do Lilith have regarding this transformation spread? Let's look at I know. What do we know? Lilith. Okay. We have soul ascension, 3811, which 11 is the 11th sign is Aquarius. And we got a 3 here and a 3 here. So again, Jupiter is present. Jupiter just went direct on the 4th, which was 2 days ago. So coagulation, soul ascension, you know that you're ascending. Usually indicates that there is a partnership involved. An Asian or shun has to do with ocean, emotion, like figures of speech, yes, but ocean, vibration. This is like a lot of feeling, psychic, the psyche, okay? So you know there has been a shift or a flip in your subconscious mind into your conscious mind and back again, like something has changed or flipped, that now you have mastered something. You're in the phases of mastering something that allows you to ascend past what you thought you knew into what you know now. What you know now. All right, what is the part of fortune increase? 45, Lilith. We got Gemini, Lilith and Gemini, liberate your truth. Okay, so made a part of your fortune increasing requires you to communicate your shift or your soul ascension, your changes. This could also be contracts and agreements. And this is broadcasting your information or what you know. Again, here's another 3. Jupiter energy, expansion, creativity, abundance. Okay, that comes through with part of fortune supporting your soul ascension. So the more you speak it, the more, and speaking in it as if you know, the more you'll see that soul ascension. And I feel like this is like channeling information, because wherever you have Gemini, especially you have a moon in a 3rd house, you are a natural channeler of information from the moon, like hidden truths that come from the moon. You're able to speak that very clearly. So if you have a lunar 3rd house, very good at channeling information, very good reader of energy. Very good reader of energy. And the moon likes to be in the 3rd house because the moon has a lot of secrets that it needs to share. And not everybody can pick up on the moon's secrets or interpret her energy properly and correctly. So that is increasing for you, viewer, specifically. You may need to talk to more people, or you may feel called to talk to masses of people, because Aquarius and Gemini represent groups of people. It's just Gemini is a smaller group versus Aquarius being a larger group. All right, let's look at this Uranus Genius card. When do we have to clarify this, please, Lily? So we got conjunction, becoming whole again, 36, another 3 here, 3, 3, 3, 3. All right, 36 breaks down to a 9. All right, becoming whole again. All right, this is the divine masculine, divine feminine in this picture, but this is one. Okay, you're understanding that the geniusness of it all is that we are one. And I think a lot of people who fight against this evolution of completion of a person or ascension of a person, because once you become one with yourself, you do unlock a lot of truths. You do unlock an ascension process. You do unlock a lot of knowledge and wisdom that people who are searching outside of themselves will never attain, because they don't know that that information is already within them. They're just going to keep pointing to you and making you feel like you're a goody two shoes just because you know something. And it's like the only reason why you know what you know is because you did the shadow work, you did the elevation work, you did the exercises, you did the eating routines, You did the sleeping cycles. You did the bathing, the forgiveness, the crying, the screaming. Like you went through your process that allows you to elevate and ascend to become yourself again. So that's why it's important for you to speak your truth about this entire process, because there's other people out here who are ascending with you that needs to hear your story. And if you don't believe that you should share it, then your belief system is going to show up like that in your physical reality. But the truth is, you know better. So it ain't got nothing to do with you believe that people don't want to listen or hear you. You know you are ascending. You know you got a story to share. And you know what it feels like to come back into being whole with yourself again. And a lot of people are going through this with you, or will be going through these processes with you. So you have to share. You got to speak, whether that's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even if it's not on social media, this is you putting yourself into getting involved in certain causes to help those who may be at a disadvantage, whether it's children, women, men, families, or people who are below the poverty line, or people who lack clean water, healthy food, like getting involved in something. Your soul has ascended you, okay, into a playing field where you can create these things. Let's look at the water element, the spiritual lesson here, Lilith. We got Saturn. That's lesson indeed. Age, reality, and discipline. 28, break it down to a 10 here with the 40. Okay. So again, Saturn has to do with, you know, creating limitations upon ourselves. In agreement with Saturn being in the flesh, karmically speaking, there's levels that must be unlocked in order for you to break yourself out of certain prisms or prisons that are solely reflection on the type of discipline that you have for yourself. You hold your what standard you hold yourself, your livelihood to, and that, you know, creates the reality that in which you live. And age has a lot to do with, you know, wisdom. It has nothing to do with being broken down. Age is about using what you've learned to build reality the way you know it should be, the way you want it to be. And that requires discipline, because there are certain things that cannot go. There are certain places, people, things, the nouns that cannot go with you. And having the strength, her body is T right now, like 8-pack, arms, everything in this picture, legs for days in this picture. That takes discipline to be able to do something like that. And maybe you're sensing you need to tighten up your lifestyle because you know there's this soul ascension for you to liberate your truth. You want to walk it like you talk it because you've become whole again. But that doesn't mean that you're instantly become perfect just because you know your soul is ascended and it's time for you to speak your truth because you've become whole again. This is something you have to walk step by step as you talk. Hold yourself to a standard that you want others to, you know, recognize you for. And it's not about getting us or seeking attention. It's just about being in alignment. Like if you have a certain belief system about yourself that you know you can accomplish something, then you need to live your life, your reality, use your wisdom and discipline to stay in that, whatever realm of reality that is for you. Okay. And with the water element and the sensing, the water spirit being here with Saturn, and we got Saturn in Pisces right now, all about surrendering to the truth that you create your reality, and the illusion that you don't create your reality is being shifted away. It's dying. It's a dying reality, a dying matrix that the government or our parents or our teachers, okay, control our reality. We got Mother Earth and emotional clearing. Okay, this is 16, and then here's 34, another 3 here. Mother Earth is going through an emotional cleanse or water cleanse. Okay, our water systems are going to be different in the future because we have so much water that is frozen that will melt. That didn't always used to be frozen, but now it's melting. We got soul's purpose here at the bottom with the sun. This is coming to illumination, realization that if the earth has the ability to clear her waters and balance herself out, you have the same ability to do that. Some people may have been feeling more emotional or have a need to cry or be more in tune with their emotions lately. Good. You're supposed to be. It doesn't make you weak or a simp if you're more sensitive or and emotional now. It's because those boundaries that we used to have against being emotional, because patriarchal society made it seem like being in tune with your emotions was a bad thing, especially if you're a masculine or identify as a man. They made it seem like you're not a good person or something was wrong with you if you're in tune with your emotions, when that couldn't be further from the truth. The feminine has the ability to tap into her emotions, because she is the emotion, she is the water, she is that. So for a man to be able to do that, it takes a high level of emotional intelligence. So for you to, if any man was to use that and manipulate it against a woman, that is sin, because he is going against himself. He couldn't be here without a woman. So for those men who are in touch with their emotions, who are wielding the sword of emotional intelligence for the benefit of all, especially the women, that comes with a certain level of discipline that a lot of the world wants to use against you just because you're whole within yourself and they're not. And you got to be the person to speak on that and call them to the carpet so they can change and fix themselves. That's the whole, Mars is retrograde in Cancer. Like, men have to they've had to reevaluate how they come across emotionally to everyone, but most importantly to themselves. How do you connect with the water spirit? How do you connect with the energy of, or the nature of sensing? How do you connect with that energy as a man? And as women, because we already, kind of live in this realm of reality of emotions, how do you use that wisdom to create a reality and discipline yourself to share with your masculine side? We can't just, as women, live in an emotional setting and we never use logic. You have to use knowledge. You have to use knowledge. You got to use it. All right, so let's look at the solar eclipse revolution 44, Lilith. All right, we got sebation, purify, cleanse, and release. All right, so the next new moon eclipse is going to take place. I'm sorry, the new moon Pisces is going to be the end of this month in February. And then the eclipse is going to be March 14th. That's going to be a full moon eclipse. That's going to be a lunar eclipse. So the new moon Pisces isn't going to be an eclipse, but the full moon in Virgo will be an eclipse. Okay. So with this new moon that's going to come up in Pisces at the end of the month, this gives us a chance to clarify, purify, cleanse, purify, and release some belief systems that we may have had that now does absolutely no justice in compared to what you know, because your soul has ascended. So some karmic situations that you used to think was above you, or you can't do this because you didn't accomplish this yet, all of that is being voided out. Yep, you got spiritual magic here at the bottom. So now that you have this geniusness here, you got to use it. Use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. You got to use your geniusness now. You can no longer rely on the old belief systems that somebody else is going to take care of you. Somebody else is going to make sure you have it. Somebody else is going to make sure you know it. Someone else is going to no one is going to make sure of anything. You have to make sure of everything. And it can feel overwhelming. It can feel overwhelming, but that's because you're thinking that it's just you and the physical and that's it. No, you have a whole spiritual team. That's what you're supposed to be believing in, is your spiritual team. Saturn Pisces is teaching you that you got a spiritual unseen realm of reality that you're always connected to, that you need to be utilizing more than just what you know. What you know comes from them. So if it's being Aquarius is the water bearer, it pours the water of Pisces out. It shares that information, that intuitive guidance in a logical manner. So if you know you got a higher place where all this ascension is taking place and it's being funneled down to you in the physical form, then you never have to actually worry about anything, because it's always going to come through. The messages is always going to come through. Where you are lacking, liberate yourself by speaking abundance over that, so it can continue to increase, because soul ascension wise, that's the way. That is the way. The light and the truth is the word, what you speak. That's how you become whole again. That's how you use your genius power. Not by separating yourself from yourself, claiming that God somewhere or something outside of you is going to do it for you. No, you're going to do it for yourself with your spiritual team, because Saturn Pisces is telling us that and since that's the truth, that's what you're supposed to believe in. Everyone's spiritual system is based off of who they are, not based off a system of what someone else said their spiritual gifts and channeling and miracles were. It's based off of you. You have to believe Buddha, believe Rumi, believe Jesus, believe Yemaya, believe them when they tell you what their stories are, because they are a reflection of you. So anything that is not reflecting your magic, your power, your self-sufficiency, your ability to identify bullshit from real shit because it's in or out of alignment, that is you trusting your spiritual system that created you to become in the matter, in this physical realm that you are, how you show up. And anyone who is fighting you against that knows this person has awakened. This person knows who they are now. Now we got to send people out there, or we got to send energies to this person to clash, to see if you going to stand or you going to fall. Cashed out. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So this solar eclipse revolution is you going, okay, wait, hold up. Now that I know better, I got to do better. Okay. Some people could do candle magic. That's what the spiritual magic card talks about. And you got another 40 here, which is a builder with God backing. So you're building a new reality with the Saturn and Pisces, because whatever you don't believe about yourself anymore, no one can use against you to try to manipulate you into being somebody that you're not anymore. Let's get more into this soul ascension. Ace of Cups. Yeah, that's spiritual fulfillment. You got the lotus flowers open, and the Ten of Cups came in reverse. Okay, why that Ten of Cups in reverse? Here you go, making a mess, little girl. Okay, it's a lot of cards that came out, but it's a lot. The Ace of Wands, the Empress, the Six of Pentacles, and the Strength. This is why the Ten of Cups is in reverse. There's an opportunity for someone to do the right thing. And that's what I was saying before about sharing your wealth, liberating your truth, sharing what you know, sharing your ascension process is going to help a lot of people regain their strength, because they don't have it now. A lot of people don't have this Ten of Cups, but you was gifted the Ten of Cups, and now you get to turn this upright by sharing it and offering to other people through what you choose to speak on how you did it. And you're the Empress here. How did you do it? How did you become the Empress? And it's like, well, this is what I did to become the Empress. I'm going to share this with you so you can strengthen yourself, not control and manipulate people. It's a lot of people out here sending my guys told me to send you this message. You have this evil spirit and da-da-da. Like, that's bullshit. You don't need somebody sending you a random message talking about, if you pay me $500, I'll help remove the curse off of you. Remove this curse off your nuts and go have at it somewhere else with somebody else with that bullshit. Those are not real spiritualists. That's some scamming ass shit. And at first, I didn't understand why it was a problem to tell somebody like, hey, I do readings, would you like one? And it's like, no, let them come to you. Let their energy, find you wherever you are, because if they're on the same wave vibration as you, they're just going to find you. It don't matter where you are. Whatever is meant to happen will happen. All right. Clarify this. Liberate your truth. Okay, we got the Fool in reverse. Foolish. Ooh. In reverse. All these reversals here. Not necessarily a bad thing. We got the Four of Wands at the bottom. So when it comes to part of fortune increase and then liberate your truth, because this is definitely Gemini related as well. Uranus, Mercury energy as well with the Fool, Knight of Swords, and then Judgment. Gabriel. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be said. There's a lot that needs to be said. There's a lot that needs to be said. There's a story out there with someone that has not been told yet. It has to do with how you see yourself. How you see yourself, how you're attracting all this abundance, all this natural. Venus is in Aries right now too with the Four of Wands. How you've attracted all these beautiful blessings, how you've become magnetic using your emotional intelligence. You've been able to create I can also see this too as like a spiritual guidance with this Queen of Cups, a spiritual guide that is watching over you, or ancestress watching over you. Could be auntie, grandmother, great grandmother, or someone in your collective ancestry that you're tied to, have affinity with. They're watching you, Queen of Wands, pull in the things that guarantee you comfort, safety, protection, contentment. They're making sure that you're a beacon of all this positive energy here with this Four of Wands. Like you have it here, but you got someone that's keeping a close eye, a very shrewd eye on what it is that you're manifesting. Make sure you're going in the right directions, making sure you're saying the right things, making sure you're meeting with the right people, as well as making sure you deviate or move away from those who will come to do you harm. Okay, because I feel like whoever this Queen of Cups is, they have an untold story that they're going to be able to channel through you should you allow. Yeah. There's someone who wants to channel through you, or an ancestor who wants to connect with you, that's been watching over you and helping you because they have something they need to share or talk to you about that will help you increase your fortune. Because again, it's not many people like collective out here. It's not that many of us. It seems like it is because everybody want to be into astrology, numerology, and all that shit now. But a lot of people is fraudulent. A lot of people is scared of true enlightenment because it involves being in the dark, and a lot of people don't want to be in the dark. A lot of people only pretend to be part of the dark because it gains them attention. All right. Yeah, there's a statement or someone, and they could have passed, like I said, it could have been passed over, but there's a lot that they want to say. They have a lot of gems to drop. Okay, or this could be you have a lot of gems to drop that you probably don't even realize. Like, you went through some shit. You need to be sharing your shit, not for profit, but to help others, non-profit. All right, clarify this becoming whole again. We got the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, and that definitely correlates with Uranus genius because this is going against tradition. This is doing something that's not traditional. All right. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles coming back out. Okay. It's very non-traditional for you to have gone through something. You held on to what I want to say is your sanity. This is the Sun and Capricorn card. So it's like going against tradition means that what you used to hold near and dear, or what you used to keep close to your chest because you felt so misunderstood after everything that you fought through to still stand on your own too. Now it's time for you to share that. Share those gems, share those realities, share those experiences that show that you're the genius that you know you are, regardless of what other people think, because it's not standard. It's not status quo. It's not supposed to be status quo. That's what makes you the genius, because you broke out the box that everyone is still stuck in. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. All right, let's look at this age, reality, and discipline. Okay, that wanted to come out. Knight of Cups. What else? Why is this Knight of Cups here? This is Saturn in Pisces. There's a deal on the table. There's an agreement that could be made. There's collaboration coming, or someone wants to collaborate with you. Ooh, the Star card. You're at an advantage in this situation because you locked in. So now you have someone who wants to come and collaborate with you. They want to work with you. It could be an astrologer or a healer, or someone who's just very intelligent and wise. They could be very good with technology. So this is Aquarius energy. I got the 6 of Swords here. This is the 4 of Swords and the Moon in reverse. Yeah, so someone has awakened. Someone has awakened with this Moon in reverse and the 4 of Swords in reverse. The 4 of Swords usually indicate like a meditative state where they're resting or taking a break. And then the Moon usually indicates, you know, intuitions, fears, the unknown. So maybe you've had a dream about someone coming to you. Yeah, someone returning or not returning, or you're not going back to something. You're, because the 6 of Swords is here, you're choosing to move on. You've awakened to something. Okay. So now the people, the Star card, now that you let go and release or surrender to something, you can move on to something that's better. You're aware of who the bullshit people are, the people who you don't want to welcome back, because you're already gone. You're gone off whatever. It's a split of the earth that's happening right now. Okay, we did get the earth in the emotional clearing card, right? There's a split that is taking place right now. If anyone is paying attention, there is a split, and in that split here, in that split, you have those who know everything is going to be okay and things are getting better. Ten of Cups. And then you have the other side of the split where people are judgmental. They're negative as fuck. They're running into issues because they're being foolish. They don't see the benefits that are taking place right now for everyone to be liberated, to be true to themselves. They don't see that vulnerability that is taking place right now with the Star card moving on. We're moving to peaceful pastures at this time. The more you surrender to the God of your understanding. And it's people that will never wake up. It's people that will never wake up and realize that that's what's going on. Those are the people that we are no longer connecting with or connecting to, because they will never get it. They will never understand it. They will never get it. And then there are those who it's going to take time for them to digest what's going on, but their soul is pulling them in that direction. That's where you come in and you tell your story. You share your insights with people. You're not saving anyone. You're just an affirmation or a confirmation to them that their mind is on the right path for them, because this ain't for everybody. Yeah, you're coming with the truth, because it ain't for, it's somebody who's waiting for you or who's been waiting for you to come in. Yeah. Yep. Tell them to get up. Left something behind, left that old life behind. Now that they know who they are, they can leave it alone. You might be the person for you. You're awakening people just by being true to yourself, just by following your geniusness, your knowing. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now, everybody. The more that you stay connected to yourself. Let's look at this: purify, cleanse, and release. The Hermit. And then the full moon will be in Virgo. Why is the Hermit here? The Two of Pentacles. Ace of Wands at the bottom too. The Hermit, the Two of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. Do you want to let this person go? Or do you want to release some emotional connection? Purify, cleanse, release. It's giving yeah. Ace of Wands is saying yeah. You're about to release somebody from your energy that you probably held on for a long time. You was holding out for this person. With this Four of Pentacles, you was holding on for this person for a long time. Nine of Wands. 9 years, maybe 19 years. But there's a 9 in this. And it's like now you just share what you've been holding on to, how it made you feel, what you've learned, what you've gained, the wisdom you've gained in this experience. Okay? Yeah, you're letting this person go. You're letting this energy go because you've realized through your ascension process, the Hermit, being by yourself, being with yourself, you started to understand what was throwing you out of whack, what was keeping you unstable, and how to get back into the flow of your own energy. Okay? With the Queen of Cups and the Devil in reverse, it's like you're releasing this connection. You know that you're not tied to a reality that someone else might be projecting onto you. You're free to create whatever you want to with the Ace of Wands. You can create whatever you want to. And because you discovered that truth, you're becoming more wise about the choices you make, the decisions you say you're going to do. And that does leave you again where you can see the two roads are split. The roads are split. Aquarius energy here too. You're moving on to victory. Okay? Don't miss your opportunity to share your story with other people. It might not sound to you like that's a reasonable thing to do, is to share your story with someone. But trust me, boo, you're the Empress. You don't have nothing to worry about. Fuck whoever thinks lowly of you. Fuck whoever thinks, well, you should have did this or you should have did that. It's not their choice to tell you that or to make that decision for you. They're still gonna be fucking watching anyway. They can't wait till you post something else. They can't wait for you to say something else. They can't wait to see you come across their timeline again. They can't wait. They paying you attention. They seeing all the shit that you've gone through, all the shit that you've worked yourself to the bone to create. I want to say honestly, they're proud of you. They're proud of the intelligence that you have. And now they want to sit here and make a decision on whether they should, come back. They want to come back and be the King of Wands after they betrayed you. Yeah. Because now they see that you're profitable. Now that they see you a motherfucking boss, Emperor and the Empresses out here. Because in the past, they was tripping over who can do them the best. Who gonna love them the best? Who gonna be the one that's down for them? And then they walked into you, Queen of Wands. They walked into you. That's the type of energy they was in. Who is the most attractive? Who can give them the most? Who can do this the best? That's the type of frequency that the motherfuckers was on. But the tower here with the sun is like all of that. That again, the split. There's an awakening that took place when Queen of Wands showed up. And now you got to sit here and watch this motherfucker sit here and think on some Blues Clues type shit about what they gonna do with you, what relationship they're gonna have with you. Meanwhile, we still waiting on the relationship. Good news is you did the work. You own your life. You might be looking at what you have as not being enough, or you could do better, or you could do more. You own your life. And a lot of people cannot say that. A lot of people are still confused about what they're supposed to be doing with themselves, who they're supposed to be hanging around with. You don't have that confusion anymore. You know. You know who backs you. You know who you can pray to or who you can invoke when the chips is down for you physically, materially, even though it's not spiritually. You know this. You know this. You know it. And there's people who are still nurturing that old bullshit, trying to figure out. They ain't closed that chapter yet. So they don't have the ability to walk off and leave that devil energy behind. They can't leave the devil energy behind because they don't own themselves. They don't own their life yet. They're still waiting for someone to come and offer it to them. And that's not how it goes. Ace of Swords, cut that shit out. They're still miserable. They're still not in control of themselves or their life. They just think attention grants them success, and that ain't even the case. They're still waiting for somebody to come tell them, hey, you are the shit. Hey, you are loved. You are responsible. You are that shit. You that nigga. You that bitch. Okay? They still waiting for someone. You don't have to do that. And they're trying to figure out how you did it. They're trying to figure out how did you skip over needing attention? How did you skip over, feeling like you're not good enough? How did you skip over? That's why you got to share your story. That's why you got to liberate the truth. That's why you got to tell people what you've been through and how it felt, whether it was good or bad. It doesn't matter what people think or their opinions of your story is, because they haven't walked in your shoes, but they still showing up to hear where you went. They still showing up to hear how it went, because you're needed and you know it, and you got to live in that truth. No matter how ugly it seems, it doesn't matter. It is what it is, what it is. Believe in yourself, believe in your gifts, and know that you are the magic that everyone is looking to, because they want to see the magic in the world, and you're that magic. You know you're that magic. So be magical. Don't hide yourself just because it's unorthodox or it's not traditional religious beliefs. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. It's not. All right. So I'm gonna leave it there. That got real passionate. I wasn't expecting it. But I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this orientation came out good for everyone, because I really don't know. I'm gonna find out when it posts. All right, peace, y'all.